Science is making the same mistakes, but Uncle Sam's on Mars, and no one down here.
Yeah, and it's fun to explore these marketing topics, because what comes next is we've seen from traditional media, like, nobody trusts news channels anymore because we know that they lie constantly, and it's just the truth. The majority of the things that come out of their mouth are lies or misdirection or one-sided, left versus right, right versus left. It's all nonsense. So most of us have turned to podcasts. Most of us have turned to YouTube and following people who share values with us, and we're going there. So I believe that the future of marketing is really there. Traditional advertising is going away. Google advertising, it's important to remarket and stay in front of people, but it's shifting as well, and especially with Bing and their AI on ChatGPT, and then Bard and Gemini for Google, and moving that forward. How's that going to shift? How's it going to play out? Like, we're watching the races go on right now, and we're watching the shifts in our buying patterns as marketers, right? And I'm just really interested how AI sales management is going to interact with the node of marketing AI, picking up the trends of where we spend and what we do, and those instant adjustments. It's going to be like, remember in the early 2000s when they would build like fiber towers closer together to get that instantaneous trading microsecond on the stock market? I feel like it's almost going to be the same thing, where you got these AIs just like battling and using each other's information to like push forward a result. I feel like we're almost there. We're almost at that. Like, it's going to become like a trading a stock, like buying a block of marketing in a certain space, because we know these words within a perfect accuracy are in a certain way. And you won't need a marketing manager. You have someone predicting trends, this AI, just doing the buying and the moving, and you just have someone have to set it up and do the creatives and the pieces. It's going to be a wild new world. This is a wild new world. I can't even contend in my mind. It almost makes my head hurt, right? Like how quickly this is going to happen, and how quickly all of us have to adapt to it. Right? It's
Yeah,
wild.
like to your point, George, like I think it's a great opportunity to look at it in the same way that we were talking about, like the market as well, looking at how people are operating internally. Because, like you said, like now it's going to be that like hyper, like those little things that make a difference between sales and marketing, that millisecond that of sharing of data to make a difference, to get onto the phone quicker than the next person, or with the right messaging, or whatever that looks like. It's like almost like we're getting that point where it's like, Olympic swimming, and you're shaving the hair off to get that like microsecond. And that is exactly what I think is going to happen, right? It's exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, totally agree with you on that. And again, it's because everyone going to now being on like a level playing field where there's no real advantage now. Let's say for a giant company who's a Fortune 500, and now let's say a mid market who wants to sell into the same group. Yeah, there's a little bit going on, but it's been reduced so much now because we're all going to be on like the same essentially tier of like access of information and things like that, as AI continues to get cheaper and cheaper, like you said, with the technological development and chips just doubling in capacity and less in price every year. It's just going to keep going. So that those elements, what are those going to be? Like, what is the advantages that people are going to have? What's the shaving of the hair off the body for a swimmer? Like, what does that look like between marketing and sales to give them that like micro advantage that's going to lead them to the promised land?
Yeah, well, I'm pre-prepared to swim in my lane, man. I'm in it for the speed. And here's the thing I want to throw out to everybody: just prepare. Like, this is an exciting time, and this is a brave new world. It is, and there's a book that's titled "A Brave New World," but I don't think it will be as the social destruction that we see in the books, from that and from the show. I think it will be more of an opportunity to bring alive ideas that would once take billions of dollars, and an army of people might be able to be brought alive by 10 people in millions of dollars. And that's so cool to think the greatest innovations that usually went to the grave will now be able to be brought alive from people's minds with a lot less effort. And you got to think the level and speed of innovation in the last 100 years has increased 1,000-fold. Well, it's about to increase like 1,000,000-fold over the next 100. So hold on, and just feel like people are pushing towards good. And this is where people get like, oh, robots are going to take over and stuff like that. I really don't think so. I think that generally people's hearts are to improve the world for other people. And I think that people move in that, and greed gets glorified to some extent in society today, but I don't think it will be in the future. I think it will be pure innovation and development and improvement. And I think that we'll go from maybe the 40-hour work week down to the 20-hour work week. And I think that that will be within the next decade. We'll be able to do that. So you're going to get to enjoy a lot more of your life and see a lot more of your family, just like a lot of people did during COVID. And these AI should be looked at like that. So we'll be able to pay very healthy wages and be able to live life more abundantly. And that's where I
Shoot, I
want
must have missed the memo that we haven't done that already. I've only been putting in 20 hours a week. I thought we were already there.
Yeah, you put 20 hours a day in, so don't even play. Just an exciting thing. Julio just had a little boy, so congratulations, Julio. We're all super excited for you, man. And he's already hard back at it. That was just a few days ago, and he's right here on a live. So he's one of the hardest working guys I've ever met, and I know he'll be a great dad to his new young boy here. So congrats, Julio. I know the whole world's rooting for you.
Thanks, my man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. And hey, I could use those 20-hour work weeks you're speaking of coming in the future. That would be nice. So, but we're not there yet. So, unfortunately, I'll deal with the sleep hours that I'm currently getting. All good.
All right. Well, everybody, we appreciate you being here with us this week. And we're going to try to make these weekly things in the future. I think we're scheduled every couple weeks for now, but by March, we'll be bringing these out weekly. And we're going to start bringing on guests to talk about really pivotal topics that are in our network. And this can be from traditional management to really intrinsic topics like psychological safeties to manifesting the biggest sales teams from some of the best sales leaders in the world. And we're going to bring everybody in here to talk to you, share their thoughts, and really use this platform to discover where things are going so you can be ahead of things. So if you like this, share it, repost it, comment, throw the good, the bad, and the ugly up there because we want to improve and make things better. I'd love to know where you can test with our thoughts as well, because we're not oracles, nor are we always right. You can ask our wives. We are not always right. And 110%, we look forward to all of your feedback. All right, everybody. Thanks for the week. See you there.
Thanks for watching, and keep removing those revenue roadblocks. If you want more videos like this, follow our channel for fresh, new content every day. Check out our RevOps playlist, or how about this video chosen just for you? See you next time.